I forgot how many chapters is in this.
Is this plus the routes or?
I feel like the routes are like branching along the way.
Okay.
I think, but I think now is too early.
You gotta play the main fucking story and then you get to fuck someone.
Yeah, they don't even tell you.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how the routes work, to be honest. Thanks to Taku's thorough treatment, I recovered steadily. While I was convasculated, Eiji called me and apologized for giving me false information about Asakura. He had told me before that there was proof of Asakura visiting a child brothel, but apparently that was untrue.
You just lied to him.
When Eiji investigated further, he learned that the eyewitness had only seen him loitering outside of the brothel. No one actually seen him go in. As someone who always loved children, the unfounded suspicion had made him paranoid. Hayato's behavior toward him was only that of a child seeking love from a parental figure. He was love-starved, and perhaps it was that innocent desperation that captivated Asakura in the first place. Some kids are little angels, and sometimes they're little devils, but in the end, they're still just kids.
Wow.
Wow, thank you, Ray.
Wise words from Ray.
This was a comment Ray made when he and Taku came to check up on me while I was recuperating. ... Took a hard look on his face and fell silent. He was probably thinking of Hayato. After all, Hayato was a victim too. And Taku probably had a lot of feelings on the subject since he cared for the boy. Something didn't feel right. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something was bothering me. As I gazed at Taku's wavering smoke, I narrowed my eye and mulled it over. Pseudo damage.
Or.
Run. Exclamation point. Excuse me, are you gonna... Mom?
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 Feet.
Mom? No. How could I? It's my fault.
Oh my god, I think this is gonna be about Taku.
Fuck! Why? Why did I? I never meant for this to happen. Ugh.
Chapter 3.
Murase Takuma!
Taku! I literally wrote this.
Nostalgia. Oh, Kasan!
Oh my god, Taku has fucking mommy issues.
2 days after Asakura's euphoric episode, the cuts on my back still hurt, but now I was able to walk again. It was time to start painting. As I was taking stock of my paints, the door opened and Taku walked in wearing a lab coat. The second he laid eyes on me, he frowned and folded his arms. You sure you should be out of bed? How's your pain level? Medium. At my response, he let out an exaggerated sigh. Be honest, you're not doing so good, are you, buddy? Once I granted my model's wish, I always headed to the canvas no matter how fresh injuries I was sporting. I wanted to get it out while the image was still fresh in my head. When I was in art mode, there was no stopping me. Taku understood that was why he didn't try to force it. He fell silent but didn't leave the room, just stood there with a bitter look on his face. Clearly there was something more he wanted to say. Suspicious, I continued setting up, then finally he opened his mouth to speak. I really don't think I can forgive Asakura for what he did to you, but at the very least I can understand that the guy was really struggling. I froze and looked at him. Where did that come from?
He's like, what the?
Huh? He stared at his feet. Asakura was too attached to Hayato-kun, and as a result, he got too involved. Normally, a doctor is expected to remain objective and keep a certain distance with all his patients. Asakura couldn't do that, but at all the same time, doctors are only human. You can try to be rational at all times, but your emotions are gonna overtake you sooner or later. Maybe he was led astray by temptation. Definitely not my fault. No one knows when those moments will strike. Not even yourself. Typically, what I'm trying to say is, I can't completely hold it against him. That is all. Hehe. Hesitantly, he rubbed the back of his hand. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why I brought it up. Then he turned and left the room. A doctor overtaken by emotions, to me, that described Taku more than anyone else. All the more proof that life was easier when you didn't care about anything. With that thought, I went back to setting up my easel.
So smart.
Pseudo damage.
Pseudo damage.
Where Capers go?
Kfriz,
Oh, no.
Kfriz is somewhere.
Oh.
Kfriz so froze to death. The world was blurry like the view from underwater. Vaguely, I could tell the scarlet light was rippling. Apparently, I was lying down. I tried to get up and discovered I couldn't move. My limbs were practically frozen solid. I was powerless and deafened by the silence. I was
Oh my
scared.
god. There's no K-freeze right now.
Yeah.
Frozen!
Just then, I sensed someone standing behind me, but I couldn't turn to see. Meanwhile, the presence continued to grow and grow, threatening to engulf me. I tried to scream, but I couldn't even open my mouth. All I could do was tremble as fear roasted me alive. I could feel laughter rippling through the air near and far. I couldn't tell if the voice was loud or soft. All I could do was tense up my throat and stomach and try to endure it. I was powerless.
Taku's trauma?
Well, it's more like Toa. I think he's having a nightmare.
I didn't know Toa could have feelings like this.
I don't know. Toa emoted.
Toa being scared? What?
What?
No way. Scared nothing.
3 days later, I started painting Asakura. 3 days of barely eating or drinking. I finished my piece and staggered out of my room on December 31st, New Year's Eve.
Oh my god, almost
Oh
Christmas.
my god, Happy New Year!
Oh yeah. The clinic had closed for the winter holidays. Nevertheless, Taku was always on the first floor just in case I needed something, and Rei came by almost every day. When I went downstairs, I found Taku and Rei sitting in the waiting room. They rose to their feet and rushed over to me. Toa, are you okay? Okay, seriously? You super don't look okay. How's your back feeling? They always buried me in an avalanche of questions after I finished the painting. Do you need anything? Booze and a pack of smokes. Denied. For starters, I'll go buy you something small to eat.
Denied!
Sir,
I don't even know why they asked.
Ray
you're such great friends.
grabbed his coat and wallet and ran out of the building. Unable
Oh
to.
boy, what did I miss?
Oh, she's back from being frozen.
she defrosted.
I'm in the future now. I time traveled.
And then Hayato is in a shelter in mainland Japan.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad no one adopted him.
They're like, that's a little too much.
Fuck that guy. We feel bad for him, but not that bad.
Yeah. But this time, I felt especially awful. Taku crouched down and peered at my face. You okay? I had a bad dream. Like a nightmare? He furrowed his brow. A dream where someone was standing behind me laughing and I couldn't move my body. Who was
Oh my
it?
god.
I don't know. It sounded like a woman. I feel like I've had this dream a few times
Oh,
before.
this is why he's scared of women.
Yeah, that's why you homo.
That's why he's gay. He has mommy issues.
That's why he hates seeing families.
He hates women. Yeah, that's why he hates seeing families. The code is cracked.
Oh my gosh.
Every time I had a nightmare, I'd wake up with a racing heart, sweating like a marathon runner. Normally, I never remembered my dreams after I woke up, so it was strange that I would have this same dream over and over. I hated it so much, I couldn't bring myself to sleep on the last night of painting. Taku fell silent as if in contemplation.
薬は飲
Did
ん
you
で
take your pills?
絵を描き
I
始
did
め
when
た
I
時はな
first started painting, but then I kept having that dream, so I
途中から
stopped.
飲まなくなった
Just then, the front door opened
ただ
wide.
いま買ってきたわよ
I'm back, brought some stuff. Ray ran in carrying big grocery bags in both hands. He set the bags. Oh my god, there's a spider. But this one's a
You
tiny
summoned
one.
him.
No!
God.
But it's a tiny one, and
Yeah,
it just like
timing.
levitated from the ceiling and came down. No, it's in my keyboard! Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's like the size of my eyelash.
He's gonna play slow damage with you.
Oh my god, but then he's gonna. What if he grows?
No, it's like one of those
True.
spiders. Actually, I don't know. It could be a baby spider. He set the bags on the reception counter, then turned back to us frowning.
あらやだ
Oh my god, Toa, you look like you're about to die. And Taku, you don't look good yourself. Look at those dark
ひどい顔して
circles.
るわね
He tapped his lower eyelids with his fingers.
そうか
That bad, huh? Smiling wryly, Taku ran a hand over his cheek and
そ
jaw.
ういえば何か
That
試験
reminds
で
me,
も
are you
受ける
studying for
の
some kind of test?
試験
What test? He looks back at Ray puzzled.
だってタク
Well, you've been doing a lot of
最近
studying
やけに
lately,
真面目に勉強
right?
してるじゃない
You're always working at
Oh
your desk.
no!
クリニックを閉めた後
I
に
still, oh no, I cut my napkin in the water.
Oh.
新しい
So I
資格
figure you're
を
trying to
取
get
るために
certified in something.
あ
Oh, right.
あ
Certification.
そうだ
Huh.
な
Taku hesitated. Awkwardly, Ray stared at him wide-eyed. Huh? It's not that? Then what are you studying for? You are studying, right? No,
目的に
I'm just doing some independent research.
Studying.
そうなんだ
What? For fun? Well, don't work yourself too hard. You're not getting any younger, you know.
おい
Hey,
一言
I resemble that
余計だ
remark. Taku donned a melodramatic scowl while Ray laughed and shrugged.
そうだ
Oh yeah, Toa, here,
Toa,
eat
とりあえ
something.
ずこれ食べて
Ray grabbed the bags off the reception counter and thrust them at me. They were filled with ready-made snacks like sandwiches and rice
こ
balls.
れからお
We're
鍋と
going to
年
have
越しそ
hot
ばの
pot
準備よ
and year-end
俺
soba.
たちは家で仕込んだやつ
Oh, I want hot
教えてみ
pot.
てくだね
Oh.
I made some more elaborate New Year's dishes back at home, so I'll bring those over in a day or two. Hot pot?
そばだけじゃ物足り
Well,
ない
it
じゃ
won't
ない
be very filling if it's just noodles, right? So I figured we can make some nice
そう
warm stew while we're at
レイ
it.
は途中でいなく
Except
な
you
る
always
か
leave
ら
part way through.
そう
Yep,
私は
I'm
店
throwing
の
a
子たちと
countdown
カウントダウ
party
ンパー
with
ティーがあるから
the Roos
途中
girls,
で
so
寝
I'll
てるわ
have to slip out early. You two
Attoは
can have fun.
だったらそれができた
Well,
時
I'll eat
食べ
once
る
it's ready, so.
あのね
Look here, mister.
Cup ramen
This isn't
じゃあるまいし、
instant ramen or
今
whatever.
すぐ出てくる
It's
わ
not
けじゃ
gonna
な
be
いの
ready
よ
in a couple of minutes.
あんた今
You really look
髪
like
み
a
たいに
ghost
白い
right
顔
now,
色
so
してるん
you
だから
need some vitamins
一
in
刻も
you.
早く栄養をとってちょうだ
Ray
い
put one hand on his hip and pointed squarely in my face with the other.
とはもたくも
You and Taku
正月
both
は
need
お
to
と
get
な
some
しく休
freaking
んでな
rest
さい
over New Year's. After nagging me like a mother, his eyes widened in realization.
そうだ
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen you
Toa no
painting.
ne, mite
You
ko na
finished
kya.
it, right?
うん
Right.
いや
Oh my
だ
god, I'm
す
so
っごく
excited. Can
楽
I
しみ
take pics and post them on the blog?
写真撮ってブログ
You're
に投稿し
referring
て
to
もいい
Roos blog, the fourth face. I nodded and he strolled off to the elevator.
今回はどんな
I
感じ
wonder
な
what
の
it
か
looks
し
like this
ら
time. I figured I'd go back to my apartment with him, so I rose to my feet, but then my vision pitched sideways. Oh,
Literally dead.
goodbye, Toa.
Okay,
Toa!
gave up on him.
Taku reached down and caught me before I hit the floor. Apparently my body was even weaker than I realized. Looks like Ray was right. For now, let's just get some food in you. He sighed in
とりあえ
exasperation.
ず何か食べた方がいい
As I returned to the bench, I looked at the grocery bag sitting nearby. I didn't feel hungry, but my body needed the
正月
energy.
は俺もこ
I'll
っちに
stay
泊ま
here
る
for New Year's, so let's both kick back and relax. Taku lived in the condo separate from the clinic, but he slept here every now and then. Since I never used my bed in my apartment, he would crash there occasionally. Evidently, he was planning to stay through the holidays this time. Sure. I nodded, then reached into the bag and grabbed a sandwich at random. In a blink, Ray tidied up the mess I'd created while I was painting. Then midnight rolled around as we sat around the hot pot he made for us. The pale soy milk broth filled the room with warmth as it bubbled. Taku cracked the tab on his third beer and raised it in my direction, his cheeks faintly flushed.
明けましておめでとう。
Happy New Year!
おめでとう。
Happy New Year.
今年もよろしく。
Let's make it another good one. Likewise, I raised my whiskey bottle, then brought it to my lips. He set his can on the coffee table, leaned forward, and stirred the contents of the pot.
もうだいぶ食べ
We've
た。
really demolished this, huh? Gotta say, soy milk broth is really bougie.
豆乳
But I
鍋なん
guess
て
that's
洒落てる
Ray's
よね
style. Me, I could've just
レイ
used
らしいっ
regular
ちゃらしい
water.
が俺ならただの水だけになって
He scooped up some vegetables and put them in his own bowl, then looked at
る。
me.
お前にしちゃ
You actually ate a decent amount this time, I guess. Still, only 1/5 of the amount he ate.
鍋は食べやす
Hot
くてい
pot's
いよな
nice because it's not too heavy. Do you have preferences for this kind of thing?
特別嫌い
Meh,
なものは
I
ない
don't especially dislike much.
で
Nor do you especially like much.
あ
Yep. He rolls his eyes at me and laughed. I imagine you're still weak from all that painting, so clearly Hot Pot was the
食べや
right
すい鍋
call.
は正解だったな。
Taku grabbed a big bite of veggies from his chopsticks and stuffed it in his mouth. Taku didn't approve of euphoria, but he didn't outright try to stop me, nor did he nag me endlessly. I enjoyed our current relationship.
Oh.
That's before everything changed.
Wow.
Whoa there. Right as he reached out to the can on the table, he missed and knocked it over. Reflexively, I reached out to try to grab it. My hand bumped into his. Oh!
Oh my god, blushing.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Can we get the Taku route? I want him so bad.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's like it doesn't even have like an order, and like it just forces you to do it chronologically.
Oh, maybe.
Instantly, Taku froze, startled. He managed to catch the can, but a bit of his contents had splashed onto the table.
悪いこぼれちまった。
Sorry,
Tissue
party
will
foul.
take it.
Could you get me a tissue? I
Oh,
pulled a few
God.
tissues from the box and handed them over. With a guilty smile, he wiped up his spill. Was Taku's face flushed because of the alcohol? I've rarely ever seen him in this state.
酔っ払ってる
Are you
I'm so
drunk?
nervous.
Huh?
顔が
Your face is red. Well,
いや
I mean, little.
あ
Taki fell still for a moment, then donned a stiff
Liar,
smile for some
liar.
reason.
He's in love with Toa.
Oh no!
And then like every single
Oh my
time Toa
God.
comes home, he's like all.
He goes emo.
Oh! After he wiped up the spilled beer, he downed the rest of the can and exhaled loudly. Let's get some sleep and head for a shrine for Hatsumo Day. How are you feeling? Up for a walk? Sure. I normally had no interest in food, but apparently my body needed nutrients regardless. After eating, I was feeling a lot less
じゃあ
exhausted.
レイにも連絡しとこう。
Well,
行くなら
guess I'll
合流
contact
したい
Ray.
って
He
言って
did
た
say he would want to come with us. He tapped around on his phone, then switched off the portable burner.
鍋は
I'll
起き
clean
たら
up the pot in the
片付けるから
morning, so I'll leave it here for now.
Uh.
Cool. He gathered all the trash in a to-go bag and got out to toss in the trash can. Afterwards, he walked straight to the bed.
それじゃおやすみ
Alright, good night. He flopped down on the bed and almost immediately started snoring. Yeah. I was tempted to get some shut-eye myself, but I couldn't will myself to feel sleepy, and if I took sleeping pills, I wouldn't be waking up until noon at the earliest. In the end, I decided to lay awake until morning. Oh.
Damn. That's rough.
After Taki woke up around 7, the two of us got dressed, then we piled into his car and drove to the shrine. We were going to meet up with Ray at some point, but then he sent a message in the group chat claiming he was too hungover from the countdown party last night. Oh gosh, it's just the two of us. Since it was
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
day, unsurprisingly, the streets were packed. The one shrine in Shinkomi was already a popular spot for residents and tourists alike, so we had to wait over an hour to get into the parking lot.
The damn tourists.
After we finally parked, we got out and walked to the shrine on foot. Food stands were packed in tightly, as were the crowds. We felt like cattle slowly trudging forward. Another hour later, we arrived at the temple. Goaded on by the visitors behind us, I put a donation in the offering box and pressed my hands together. You're supposed to bow twice, clap twice, and then bow once. Taku criticized me for the sidelines after he finished his turn, but I just shrugged it off. It's the thought that counts. Oh yeah, you put a lot of thought into it, huh? Sure, my own way. Smirking, he fixed me with a playfully skeptical look.
Oh my god, he's flirting.
Buddy, I know you don't believe in any god. I know if he really exists, he'll hear me whether I believe him or not. He sighed and I then smiled. Oh, laughed.
You didn't even try.
Shut up! At the gift shop, we bought a talisman, then decided to check out the stands on our way out. For the Taku, he always chose a food stand based on his vibe. Supposedly, this was the secret to festival foods since it added extra flavor. Since the main pathway was clogged with crowds, we took a side path. This path was narrower with fewer stands, but at least there was room to breathe. As we walked along, I spotted a familiar trio near the main pathway. It was Kotaro, Mayu, and Eiji.
No god, they're literally everywhere.
They just like stalk Toa.
Yeah.
Mayu was gazing out at the crowd looking bored, that is until he spotted me. Oh, it's Toa. Oh, hey. Hello, Toa-san. They called out to me as they walked over. The new year is finally upon us. Unfortunately, given the current circumstances with the leader, we'll have to keep it brief. Let's have more fun this year. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of me.
What does that mean?
Kotaro smoked. It
Don't know.
smirked. Then he put an arm around my shoulders, gave me a pat, and let me go. We hope to have your continued support this year, Dr. Murase. Yeah, sure, likewise. Taku reacted belatedly with a polite smile. You three celebrating Hatsumode together? Yes, we weren't sure what our plans were, but in the end we figured we'd swap by. Kotaro always complains about it every year, but Eiji insisted. Why would we go to some place that's already hella crowded? It's freezing my dick off.
He's so funny.
His good way
Maybe you should wear more clothes then.
Yeah, maybe. No, but then he has to be sexy like that.
Yeah.
His uniform. It is definitely cold out here. Then why do you wear more layers? I don't want to have to put on more clothes. It's a hassle. Too much extra work. Both of them shrugged off Eiji's suggestion. Well, whatever. Hatsumode brings people together, so I usually pick up a ton of intel here. That's why it's smart to make the trip at least once a year. Right, Toa-san? Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, sure. I answered so unenthusiastically, Kotaro burst out laughing. Yep, that's Toa for you. Eiji buddy, if you're looking for someone who cares, you're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, I know, but out of everyone here, Toa's the only one who might remotely care at all. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Mayu laughed so hard he nearly spit out his lollipop. Anyway, you better be going now. Have a good day, you two. See ya, Toa. The trio walked past me toward the main shrine area. Taku looked at me with a weary grin.
They're selling
amazake. There's a stand over there. Mind if I grab some? Sure. Together, the two of us walked to a stand with a sign that read Amazake. Next to it was a dining area with tables and chairs, but it was already packed. What about you? You want some? Nah. Alright, I'll go buy it, so you wait here. I moved to the edge of the table area and watched as Taku got in line for Amazake. A few moments later, he weaved his way back up through the crowd carrying a paper cup. Cold and crowded, that's New Year's for you. The words left his lip in a wet fog as he took a sip of his drink. It's hot but good, really warms you up. Not a huge fan of sweet stuff, but I do like Amazake. Here, have a sip. Pass. Have a little fun with me, would you? It's New Year's, for Christ's sake. Grinning, he offered me the cup. I wasn't completely opposed to Amazake.
He's flirting.
So I accepted it, then took a small sip. The hot, sweet, viscous fluid entered my mouth. How's it?
Why they describe it like that?
Hmm.
そういうと
Don't like it?
いや
It's not that. It's just
酒
frustrating.
の味がす
If
る
it
のに
tastes like
アルコー
alcohol,
ル
then
じ
it
ゃない
ought to be
理解できる
alcoholic. This is my honest opinion,
So
but
true.
Taku burst out laughing.
当たり前だろ
This is what sake tastes like. Don't be ridiculous, kid. Chuckling, Taku took the cup back and took another
よ
sip.
しそれじゃあ
Alright, let's get going. And we set off onto the flow of the crowd. As we walked down the path, I saw a cluster of people gathered in an open area ahead. In the center stood Sakaki chatting amiably, accompanied by Igarashi. Hey, is that...
榊だな
Yeah, but Sasaki,
親し
or
みやすさ
Sakaki,
をアピール
guess he's trying to make himself look like your average, reliable guy. Taku muttered quietly to himself as he watched Sakaki chat with the people around him. Over the past few years, Taka Sato Gumi had worked to improve their reputation and the residents of tourists of the greater Aboro neighborhood. Maybe this had an effect on the upper class and tourists, but for people struggling with poverty every day, nothing changed. Still, Sakaki was probably eager to start taking charge as the next leader of the gang. Oh, if it isn't Towa. When he spotted me, Sakaki raised a hand in greeting, then he and Igarashi walked over. And Dr. Murase too. Shame we can't celebrate together, but I look forward to your support over this coming year.
よろしくお願いします
Thank you in advance. Igarashi frequented our clinic as a patient, so Taku and I knew him well.
こちらこそ
Likewise,
よろしくお願いします
thank you for your patronage. Honestly, I almost talked myself out of coming here, given what had happened with our late leader. But then I figured it couldn't hurt to take a quick look.
小太郎たちも似たようなこと言ってた
Kotaro and the gang were saying the same. Oh, I see. Looks like we're all on the same page then. Sakaki swiftly reached into his jacket pocket. Then he pulled out a thick leather wallet, licked his thumb, and started leafing through the bills. Ooh, money! Oh boy. Here, this is for you, Toa. He handed
Oh, New Year's money.
50,000!
That's how he makes money.
No.
Praise.
He proceeded to hand me 50,000 yen like it was nothing.
いや
I'll pass. Just take it.
What the?
Toss a dot.
Free money, Toa.
I had no
I'll take it, Toa.
I had no interest in accepting his money, so I kept both hands in my pockets. Then he pushed the bills against my chest. Reluctantly, I accepted. Here's some for you, Doc. And while I'm at it, Igarashi, you can have some too. Look at you. He offered
Yay,
wads of
very
cash to
fun.
Taku and Igarashi too.
おお
Whoa, for real? You mean it? Yes, you're always so generous, sir.
さすが親父太っ腹
Igarashi was every bit as shallow as he looked, so naturally he was over the moon. Taku,
Wow.
however, hesitantly shook his head.
さすがに
No, I couldn't possibly accept this. Now, doctor, don't be like that. Today's the start of a brand new year. Please think of it as a one-time investment. Besides, it's my way of thanking you for always babysitting Toa.
主治医なので
I'm his primary physician, so it doesn't really feel like babysitting. But since you insist, I humbly
させてい
accept.
ただきます
Taku wasn't the type who'd say no to something like that. He accepted the money even more reluctantly than I had. Have you had the mochi they're selling over there? It's pretty good.
ああ俺買ってきます
I'll go buy some. While waiting for me or Taku to respond, Igarashi ran off like the lapdog he was. Sakaki watched him go with a smile. He's not too bright, but his heart's in the right place. Makes me want to look out for him.
犬に似て
Like
る
a stray dog. You can say that. He's stupid and slow and always screws up. But whenever he wags his tail at me, I can't possibly shut him out in the cold. Inevitably, I feed him. He nodded to himself like a wise old grandfather. Then someone's phone started ringing. Ding-a-ling. Oh, that's me. One moment. He pulled his cell phone out of his jacket pocket and pulled it to his ear. What is it? Yeah? What? From where? I see. I watched him in real time as his face slowly grew harder and darker. Alright, I'll leave that to you, right? Once the call was over, he looked back at us so menacing. It appears something's come up. This year is off to a lousy start. Enjoy the mochi with Igarashi. With that, he strode away. Oh, brother. Taku let outside, then he handed me the money Sakaki had given him.
酒でも買え
Here, booze money.
いや
Nah, Before I could finish, he stuffed the money into my coat pocket.
Dude, I gotta get like Towa.
That's
Just
like
being
oh, dude.
useless.
Yeah, everyone looks
When
after
we
you.
meet for
Wait,
sure.
I won't lie. Being useless does make people do stuff for you. I like
Life
jokingly go out and I say, "Can you make me a sandwich?" And they actually make me sandwiches, guys.
What the hell?
At home, my housemate's boyfriend. I go,
What the hell?
"I'm hungry."
You're like a degenerate.
Make me a sandwich.
And they're like, okay. I go, wow.
That's so funny.
It's
Thank you for
literally
sharing.
stupid. Yeah, you're welcome. It's like it was after like a 2-day period where I was just being really emo, so I just laid in my bed all day and I came out and I was like, I'm hungry. And you just act like normal and then they feel bad for you. And they give you food.
Oh my god.
Like a
You literally
beggar.
are Toa.
Literally.
When I tried to give it back, I realized Taku was frozen in place looking at something ahead. A man in a suit was walking towards us. It was Tono. He was accompanied by another man I didn't recognize, but his calm, dignified air suggested he wasn't a Takasato goon. Then Tono noticed us and made a beeline straight to us. I was still holding the money from Taku, so for the time being, I put it back in my pocket. Well, if it isn't Dr. Murase and Towa. He smiled, speaking in a courteous tone. Taku looked back at him in silence. His smoke hadn't changed, but I could feel a hint of tension in the air. Shame about the boss, but since this is the start of a new year, I figure it's time we all started taking this seriously in more ways than one. He regarded me with a meaningful look. Toa, are you planning to be a burden on Dr. Murase for the rest of your life? I'm going to introduce you to a very talented doctor, you know. I'm good. I hardly see why you should commit to Dr. Murase. I'm good with Taku. Have you considered that your selfishness is nothing but trouble for him? Taku looked at me in surprise, then turned back to Tono. I've never thought of him as trouble. I'm fine with the way things are. At this, Tono exhaled like he was done caring. Right, whatever you say. Well then, I'll be seeing you. Oh my god!
It's him!
Oh,
Other love interest
what
goes.
happened?
The other love interest appeared and then he disappeared.
Oh.
Get
Wait, what is
startles.
that?
The cats.
My bugs. This game's so buggy.
With a brusque farewell, he set off and the other man followed close behind him. Anytime there's some big event, the place is always crawling with Takasato thugs. Taku looked at me as he murmured quietly. Like I said before, you gotta stay away from them. He loves to nag me about this, probably because he didn't have a high opinion of the Takasato Gumi. And he especially didn't get along with Tono. Taku downed his now cold amazake, then walked to the nearest trash can and threw away the cup. Sorry I took a little long, but I'm back now. Just then, a flurry of loud footsteps heralded the return of Igarashi, carrying chopsticks and a plastic takeout tray of mochi in each hand. Oh, more food. Oh. Then they had avocado mochi, isobe mochi, and Matsuyama shoyu mochi, so I bought some of each. Wait, what the? Where's Sakaki-san? He left. What? Are you for real? With a yelp, he thrust the chopsticks and mochi containers at us. Here, take this. I gotta go. Just Then he ran off into the crowd. With chuckle, Taku watched him go. Just like that, the tension eased. You know, I think you're right that there's a little dog. He's been like that for as long as I've known him. I can see how Sakaki would want to look after him, just like I always end up looking after you.
Oh my god.
Are you comparing me to that?
They're both useless.
You don't look or act like him, but maybe in the general sense.
Being useless.
Plague on society.
He looked down at the mochi containers and smiled. We may as well make the most of these free mochi and eat them while it's hot. Let's find some place less crowded. Which of these flavors do you like best? It's fine. Taku slumped his shoulders in exhibition. Well then, I'll take the isobe and show you, so you're in charge of the abikawa. It looks like it probably has the most sugar of the three. I can't eat all of them. I know. We stepped off the path in search of somewhere quieter. After we ate our mochi, we decided it was time to head back to the clinic, so we made our way to the parking lot where we left the car. As soon as we walked through the crowded path, Taku spotted something in the distance and frowned. I followed his gaze and spotted a little boy yelling excitedly to his parents. Maybe Taku was thinking about Hayato. The little boy was about Hayato's age after all. Maybe it reminded him of what happened with Asakura, but I had no intention of bringing it up again, so I shifted my gaze back to the crowd. Beyond the countless people praying to find happiness in the year ahead, I could see a tall tower looming distantly. But this was no radio tower. No, it was a surveillance tower used by Takasato Gumi to ensure none of their debtors try to flee Shinkomi. The surveillance towers tracked the movements of the web tags forcibly implanted in them, and whoever tried to escape were either arrested or killed. No matter how happy the shrine visitors may have looked on the outside, any of none of them could be undead. Just then, I realized Taku was gone. We must have gotten separated while I was distracted by the surveillance tower.
No.
But before I could start walking, someone grabbed my arm from behind.
To,
Oh,
Toa.
kidnapped again. Oh.
Oh, thank God.
I turned to find Taku standing there, looking frightened.
気をつけろよ。
You have to pay attention. It's not safe for you to go wandering around without me. This made me laugh. What?
俺のこと
How old do you think I am, pal?
いくつ
Doesn't
になった
matter.
の
You might have grown up a bit, but you haven't stopped wandering
だ
off.
ったらなおさら
Then what does it matter if we get separated? In your case, half the time, I'll turn around and I'll find you passed out in the damn gutter.
不思議じゃない。
His expression was dead serious, so I decided to give in. Times like these, Taku was always stubbornly overprotective of me. Side by side once more, we headed off to the parking lot.
あ
That reminds me,
So
I'm thinking of changing the clinic's hours this year.
何時
To what?
あ、開始時間は
Thinking we still open at the same time, but we close at midnight instead of 1 a.m.
1時間か
Just a 1 hour distance, that's no big
そ
deal.
うでもないぞ。それに
You'd be surprised. Oh, and I might start taking more time off from now on. Worst case scenario, we may have to temporarily close the clinic.
なんで
How come? I'm busy.
新しい
Were
勉
they
強
studying? At this, Taku averted his gaze and nodded. Yeah. His response was vague at best, but I didn't intend to keep digging. So instead, I walked on in silence. Happy New Year!
I love his phone.
Oh boy. Five days
Shut the fuck
later.
up.
The festival spirit still lingered in the air as the winter holidays officially came to an end. Like all the rest, Murase Clinic was once again open for business. Rei and Arimura walked in and started getting things prepped.
そういえば
Come to think of it, the clinic hours have changed, haven't they? Arimura amused himself as he passed me in the waiting
不
room.
満
Is that a bad thing?
いえ
No, it's just
最近
Dr. Murase
先生
seems
が
pretty
疲れているよ
exhausted
うな気が
lately.
して
I noticed his exam room
診察
desk
室
has
の
been
先生
a
の
complete
机も
mess.
散らかっていることが
Without a
多
single
いの
glance at me, he continued down the hall. I was under the impression that Taku's messy desk was nothing new, but maybe it had gotten bad enough for Arimura to take notice. With that thought on my mind, I took my seat behind the reception counter. Me, I couldn't care less about the holidays. Taku had woken me up early that morning and I felt like shit. But even when I slept in, I always experienced chronic illness this time of year.
Oh my god.
For some
Oh,
inexplicable
chronic illness.
reason, I always felt sick during the winter holidays. Even Taku couldn't
Me.
figure out what was wrong with me. He concluded
The anemia.
it had to be some sort of seasonal or psychosomatic thing. At lunchtime, Rei invited me out to diner. Taku was invited too, but he told us he was too busy to come.
忙しいのはわかるけ
Ugh,
ど
I get he's busy or whatever, but I
年明
wish
け
he'd
早々
relax a
から
little. This
ちょっと
year's only
根
just
詰め
started,
すぎ
you
だと
know?
思わない
Ray grumbled, pouting his lips as he scraped the last bit of seafood gratin with his spoon.
もう
To be fair, there's always been a ton of
患者さん
patients
が
at the
殺
start of
到
year,
する
so I
から
totally get
だ
it.
からって昼
But
休
if
み
he's
を返
spending
上
his
してまで
lunch
診
break
察
to
するっ
fit
てい
in
う
more
のは
appointments, I know he cares about his work, but it's not good for
個
his
人
own
的に
personal
っ
health.
ていうかタク
Like, he
なんだ
seems
かすごく
super
がむしゃらに
stressed
見えるんだ
out
けど
to me. Did something happen over
正月
New
に
Year's?
何も
Nope. I sipped my coffee, then shook my head. Placed in front of me was a bowl of bean soup. Ray had ordered it on my behalf.
今年から診療時間
And
を
now I
1
found
時
out
間
he
短縮
shortened
だ
the
し
clinic hours. Is he really that
そんなに
busy? And what
勉強が
is he
忙しい
even
の？
studying? Did he tell
い
you?
や
Nope.
本当に大丈夫か
I'm
しら
really not sure he's doing okay.
あ、すみません。デザートお願いします
Oh, excuse me, could I order dessert? After he finished his grind, he flagged down a passing waitress to order something else. Then he went back to scowling at
タ
me.
クって優しいし
Tack
静
is
かだけ
a
ど
really kind, generous guy, but
時
sometimes it
々
feels like
線
he's
引きを
holding
し
us
てるように感
at
じるんだよ
arm's
ね
length.
こっちが突っ
It's
込
like
ま
if
な
we
い
don't
限
ask
り
questions,
向
then
こ
we
うも突
won't.
っ込んでこないってい
Then
うか
he won't ask us any questions
まあ
either. Then
そ
again,
れ
I
が
do
心
like
地
the
いい距離
relationship
感
we
だ
have right
な
now.
今度真面目
I
に
guess
何
I
の
should
勉
try
強
and
してる
ask
の
him
か
flat
聞
out
い
what
てみ
he's
ようかな
studying. I took a sip of his iced au lat, then propped his. Oh, he took a sip of his iced cafe au lat light, then propped his chin. What are you giggling at? And sighed.
頑張るのが悪いとは言わないけど
I'm not saying
Good job.
self-improvement
自
is
分
bad
自身を大事に
is
し
bad
ない
or
なんて
anything, but how can you call
説
yourself
得
a
力ないよ
doctor if you
ね
can't even take care of yourself? Just then, the waitress returned carrying Ray's dessert. Instantly, his face brightened.
来たーいちごヨーグルトサンデー
It's here, my favorite frozen yogurt sundae. His grumpy scowl was now a thing of the past. He grabbed his spoon without missing a beat.
冷たくて美味しい
It's so cold and yummy. I watched him wearily as I sipped my lukewarm
1
coffee.
月によくそんなもの
I'm
食べる気に
amazed
な
you
る
can eat that stuff in the middle of
ど
January.
んなに寒くて
The
も
weather is
甘い
irrelevant
もの
when
は
it comes
別
to
なの
sweets. There's nothing better
暖
than
房
eating
の
frozen
缶が効
treats
い
in
た部
the
屋で食べるアイ
toasty
スは
warm room,
どうだか
if you say so. I grabbed the pack of Stids off the table, pulled one out, and lit it up. Instantly, Ray scowled.
また食事中に
Quit
タバコ吸っ
smoking
て
in
る
the middle of a meal.
もうデザー
You're
トだ
having
からいいだ
dessert.
ろ
The meal's practically over.
私に
For
とっ
me,
ては
dessert
デ
is
ザ
the
ー
main
トがメイ
course.
ンな
In
の
fact, I put on a little weight over the holidays.
で
Couldn't
も
stop
年
eating
越しから年
mochi.
明けにかけて少し太っちゃったのよね
He averted his eyes sadly as he
お
stirred his
餅が
sundae.
美味しい
でそれを
Okay,
食べ
you're
る
still
の
gonna
か
eat that?
だからカロリー控え
Why
め
do
の
you
い
think
ち
I
ごヨーグル
chose
ト
the
サンデ
low
ーにした
calorie
の
strawberry
よわかるでし
frozen
ょ
yogurt sundae? Isn't it obvious?
全然
No.
He's so mean.
I shook my head, then turned away from him to exhale the smoke. He glared back at me, then took a bite.
ねえ急に話が
Hey,
変わ
so
る
on
ん
a
だけど
totally
さ
unrelated note, with a tense look on his face, he set his spoon down and leaned across the table to
あの
whisper.
人わかる
Do you know that person?
新聞読んでる
The
人
one reading the newspaper? I followed Ray's gaze to the counter where a man sat reading the paper. He had it spread out so widely I couldn't see his
あ
face.
の人とはの
Is he a
知り合
friend
い
of yours?
Yeah.
No.
さっきね新聞の
Well,
影から
he's
こっちを
peeking
見
at us
てたの
from
よ
beside the paper. When I
私が気づ
looked
いた
back
ら
at
す
him,
ぐ
he
に
went
新聞を
straight
読
back
む
to
ふりに戻って
reading.
たけど
But he's still been
その後
glancing at us.
何なのか
What's
し
his
ら
deal? Is he a stalker?
ストーカ
I scrutinized the man at the counter, but he never looked up from his paper. Then he rose to his feet, paid his bill, and left the
ーど
diner.
うしよ
Oh my god.
すごいこと
I just had
思いついちゃった。
the most amazing thought. Ray looked at me, his eyes wide in realization. At some point, while I wasn't looking, he had completely polished off his sundae.
う私を一目見ようと追っ
What
て
if
き
he's
た
a big fan of
熱
mine?
烈なファン
He
だったり
came
し
in
て
to take a sneak peek at me.
ね
Oh, wow.
えね
Well,
えどう
well,
思
what
う
do you think? Well, he's clearly joking. I could tell part of him was hoping to get some sort of reaction out of me, but I had no interest in playing along. With a sigh, I set my cigarette on the ashtray and sipped my coffee.
ねえちょっと
Ella, can you say
一言でい
something?
いから
Otherwise, you're
何か
making
言
me
い
look
な
like
さい
an idiot. God!
私もバカみたいじゃないもう
This is literally Mota.
Guys? Grumbling, he grabbed my utterly untouched bean soup and started eating it out of spite. Seriously, if you don't start eating right, you're literally gonna die. I'm not
い
joking.
つもお前の手
I
料
always
理
eat the
を食べ
food
て
you
る
make,
だ
don't I?
何よ私に
What?
毎
So you
日
want me
作
to
れって
cook
いう
for
の
you every single day? Flattering, but I don't even know how I feel about that.
なんだか複雑だわ
Ignoring his catty remarks to finish my coffee. More importantly, who was that man just now? If Ray was to be believed, then he was watching us for some reason, and it wouldn't be the first time a Euphoria fan stalked me. In that case, it would mean he was watching me. Oh
fuck,
no.
He's watching me.
No, maybe I'm overthinking it.
Oh my gosh.
It was entirely possible the man wasn't even looking at us on purpose. As I ruminated on it, I picked up my cigarette.
Oh,
Nina? Why you guys sound so upset?
Okay,
part of witness killing I just got back to. I was on my bed.
You actor.
okay.
Betrayal.
Well, it's time for you guys to take the helm.
As I was ruminated on it, I picked up my cigarette and took a long drag. I hope Toa doesn't say bad words.
No!
I want to censor it.
Okay.
Oh, the narrator? At the end of the lunch, we went back to the clinic, and the afternoon shift began. The patients waiting outside all filed in, filling in the benches of the lobby. Wait, but... Oh, man. Wait, Motsuber, are you sure you don't want to be narrator? Or is like your voice absolutely broken? I just can't work on my elbow.
Oh.
As I quietly carried out my receptionist duties, the flow of patients slid into a halt. 10 minutes went by without any words, so I disabled the extension for the exam room, but nobody picked up. So I dialed the extension for the exam room, but nobody picked up.
So reading's not so easy now, is it?
I'm dyslexic.
That didn't matter when I'm dyslexic.
I can laugh at you.
Oh.
I set the phone back down in the cradle, then left my seat. I walked down the hall to the exam room. Huh?
So you were drinking vodka earlier, but then you went in your car and drove to a supermarket to get M&Ms?
Yeah, and now I stole M&Ms actually. I bought milk.
Wait, whoa! You can't admit that. She's recording.
I'm recording. I got that on camera. It's okay. I'll cut out your illegal activities.
Wait,
into your
and
pants?
I was like, holy fucking shit, a bag of M&Ms is $5? I don't want to pay $5! So I put it in my little tote bag and walked to the milk section and got $1 milk. I can hear talking inside.
Oh wait, sorry. No, not
Talking.
yet.
Start talking inside.
Sorry. No, not yet. It's not that simple. It's gonna take it's gonna take time. Yeah, I know.
Apparently he was on the phone. His voice was a low whisper and it sounded serious. But I couldn't tell who he was talking to or what it was about.
Just give me some time, please. Alright, I gotta get back to work.
Then I heard a heavy sigh. Evidently, the phone call was over. I opened the door to the exam room. Dun dun dun.
どうか
Oh, Toa.
He looked at me with tired eyes.
内線かけたんだけど
I tried to call you just now, but I guess the line was busy.
ああちょっと急用でな
Yeah, something came up, sorry.
He averted his gaze, rubbing the back of his hand. This, plus what I overheard, suggested it wasn't a very fun phone call. His smoke swayed erratically.
こんな詰めすぎで心配だった
You know, people are worried that you're getting too stressed.
Oh, people like who?
昼にレイが言ってた
Ray, earlier at lunch, he's worried about you. His lips curled in a guilty smile.
そうか
Gotcha. Well, I'm doing just fine, okay? I'm a doctor, for Christ's sakes. I know my limits.
勉強ってのも具体的に何を言ってる
Wants
の
to
か
know
知りたかった
exactly what you're studying.
って言われてもな
I don't know what else he expects me to say. It's not something he's going to be familiar with.
直接聞く
Well, he said he's going to ask you.
Right.
Why didn't he just ask him? He looked
Chris.
away, nodding. Whatever he was working on, he didn't seem to want to discuss it.
そんなに話したくないことなのか
So you can't talk about it? Or he looked at me, perplexed.
うんまあそうかも
Well, not really. Like I said, it's not easy to explain.
じゃあレイにそう
Then
言って
Tohata Ray.
Yeah, I will.
What a great conversation.
Awkward.
As he murmured vaguely, I left the exam room. The Taku I knew was an honest, straightforward guy, and he sucked at hiding things. This was the first time he'd ever tried to hide something that wasn't a fun surprise. What is he, 5? Not only that, but there had to be something behind all the studying Ray was concerned about. I had known Taku for a long time, but that didn't mean I knew all there was to know about him.
Bingo.
Human beings were complex creatures. Hello, Peebus. Where did you come from?
Complex creature has appeared.
Oh my god, I summoned her. It wouldn't surprise me to learn there was more than just honest and straightforward. And if he did have a secret side, honestly, I was curious to see it for myself.
Oh no. Taku's next victim. Or not Taku. I meant Toa.
Toa.
If there was a side to him that neither Ray nor I had discovered.
お前こそ
Likewise, I knew you're at home in your own hypocrisy. Oh my god. Ever since college, I never once believed you would turn out to be a decent doctor.
Mhm.
Great. My curiosity was ever so faintly piqued.
Ruh-roh.
That evening, the horse doors flew open and pure chaos stormed in at the front door.
休館よ
Evelyn, your time to shine.
Oh shoot, sorry. I was playing detective. Oh, emergency patient! Dying. Ray's dying. My character's being killed off already.
This came as something of a surprise since Ray had only just left to deliver a forgotten item to a patient.
タクに行ってきて
Oh, go tell Taku. It's Igarashi-kun.
Oh my god, not Igarashi, the guy I totally remember.
It's a dog.
I
It's
forget
a
who-
dog, guy. It's a dog.
No!
With a cheetah print.
Wait! No! Wait, how come there's so many I names in this game? Like all the NPCs are I.
Oh, you're
names.
right. I
All the
and
back.
T.
Yeah.
I rose to my feet, left the reception counter, and headed to the exam room.
Ow, ow, ow.
額の傷が少し大きいが
The cut on your forehead's pretty big, but nothing I can't sew up. The rest look like they'll be okay without sutures.
While Taki worked to swiftly treat his patient, Igarashi grimaced, possibly from the sting of the disinfectant. His clothing was torn here and there.
よし終わった
Sexily.
ぞ
There, all done. So, you say you were in a fight?
Once he finished bandaging Igarashi's arm, Taki looked back at him with a mixture of sympathy and knowing amusement.
俺のせいじゃないんすよなんか
Oh,
街歩い
who
て
wants? I guess I'll be him. I swear it's not my fault. I was just walking through town when a group of guys picked a fight with me.
Igarashi bit his lip in frustration.
しかも向こうは
And
5人
there
だ
were
った
five of them, man. I didn't stand a chance, so of course I had to take my lumps. My lumps, ew.
助けてくれ
Then Ray-san came and rescued me. Honestly, he saved my life.
Nearby, Ray folded his arms and sighed.
さっき患者さんの忘
You know
れ
how I
物を
went
届けに行った
after the
じゃない
patient who left her
そ
stuff
の
behind?
帰りよ
Found him on my way back.
喧嘩に巻き込まれたくない
Oh!
通り過ぎよう
I
と
was
した
gonna
ら
stay out of it, but then I spotted Igarashi-kun
慌
getting
てて
his
止めに入ったの
S-word kicked and ran in there to stop it.
本当にありが
I
とうござい
forgot
ま
to
した
so much.
Igarashi turned to Ray and bowed deeply. In return, Ray hastily waved both hands.
いいのよ気にしないで
Whatever. It's really fine. God, what a nightmare. Why would the people play with you?
I'm back, sorry.
At this, Igarashi's expression darkened.
Lately, the gang's a total mess, man. Everyone's out for blood. I think it's probably the reason.
荒れてるのどうして
What's wrong with the gang?
まあ
Well, a lot of stuff. There's been weird rumors going around, and it's got the top dogs freaked out.
そのとばっちりが
So now it's like the tension's trickling down to the guys on the lower rungs.
榊さんが次の組長確定
To Kaki's-san, basically a shoo-in to be the next leader, but of course some folks aren't happy about that.
特に遠野さん側の連中
Especially Tono-san and his posse.
そのうち組
I'm
を
thinking they
離れ
might
る
break off into their own gang.
なるほどね
Oh, I see.
お前たちも一言じゃないぞ
This involves more than just the Takusato Gumi, you know. Any of you could get dragged into something at any given moment, so keep your wits about you.
Igarashi nodded intently.
そうっすねもし何かあったら言ってください
Right, and if you ever need anything, let me know. I'll help you with whenever I can.
助かるよ
I appreciate it, but let's get those cuts healed up first. Give it about 3 days, then come back and see me again.
はいせ
Yes, sir. Ow!
Yes, sir! Ow, 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 ow. Hey, you didn't even wait for
You're
me.
too slow.
He gave Taki a firm salute and smacked his injury in the process, making him join us. Taku and Ray both laughed. His antics were so damn dog-like, even I smiled a tiny bit.
He was smiling.
Yeah, ha 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 ha.
Wow, he's so goofy. Tick tock on the clock.
On a party,
Don't
don't stop. No.
Oh, oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ow! Make it
Yeah,
stop!
Where am I? My ears are ringing.
I hear this every morning, guys.
Really?
Sometimes.
I
Oh.
feel like that's not
Dog
normal.
whistle, dude. No scenery rip like he hates, and I
I haven't heard
Oh,
this
God, I
in
got
a
too many
while.
couldn't recognize anything. The world was distorted. Like I was squinting through
Oh, this
warped
hurts.
glass.
God, this is hurting my
Violet
ears.
light plugged in all directions, casting a red tint. I struggled to get my fuzzy brain to focus. At the very least, I could tell I wasn't at the clinic. So where am I?
Oh God, it's Taku.
I squinted at the scenery, rippling like the surface of a lake. I could sense a lot of people buzzing with energy. Shadows swayed against the walls, silhouetted by the light. Then I realized my ears weren't actually ringing. As the drone grew louder and louder, I recognized it. Oh, it's the sound of people talking. I couldn't understand what they were saying. The voices all overlap with each other. A discordant harmony leaning against my eardrums.
Was that line from Xeno?
I'm sensing a disharmony.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this harmony.
Oh my God.
It all comes back to Xeno. Dude, they have Xeno.
Full circle. Eternal cannibal.
Oh, the gay.
Until there's a cacophony of screams.
Oh god, it's the Urian blood.
Hey.
Ew. At some point, the scarlet light turned to fluid, running down on me.
Ew.
The shadowy figure stood against the walls, had vanished. Oh, this is like Xeno. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Suddenly, a chill ran down my spine. Can you stop licking me, Remy? Dear lord. Like the icy tongue of a monster.
Remy,
It's really good.
Remy wants milk.
Oh.
No. She's too old. I can eat her. Goosebumps. Ow! Hurry up along my back. Then all sounds ceased. Silence, terrifying silence. Someone was standing behind me. For some reason, I sensed it was a woman. Ew! I screamed, even though I couldn't see her. She stood behind me without speaking a word. Who is she?
Woman?
Who is this woman?
This female.
In my BL game.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh,
I
no,
played
something-
Madoka Magica.
oh my god, you're right.
I could just like nutso. Slowly but surely, I looked over my shoulder. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see her delicate chin, but that was all I could see of her. My head felt like it was held in place by some kind of torture device. All I could see was her mouth. Her scarlet lipstick filled my mind.
This is
And then
mom.
those lips,
Those lips.
slowly curled into a
About them.
smile. I gave her a little kiss.
Ah! That's
Mwah.
so great!
In my Yaoi game,
No, I'm self-inserting and giving her a little kiss.
Ah.
you're not allowed to do that when you're the narrator.
Oh
Oh my god, shock Toa expression.
Oh,
Dot, dot, dot.
that's heartbeat.
I woke, grasping for breath. Oh my god, my heart was pounding 1,000,000 miles a minute. Choking, I gulped for air. It was the middle of winter, and my whole body was slick with sweat. Almost like I'd risen up from the ocean depths. I shot up and glanced around. Apparently, I had dozed off on the sofa. Oh my god. What a shitty dream. That mystery woman in a red lipstick. I reached down, grabbed the floor bottle, and took a swig. Normally I could drink it like water, but the moment the lukewarm fluid hit the back of my throat, I felt sick.
Oh my god.
I dropped the bottle, got up, and hurtled to the bathroom.
Hurdled.
Ew.
Ew! Oh,
Ew.
just like me!
Gorgo.
Your time to shine. Then,
Oh,
after
really?
emptying the contents of my stomach into the toilet, I collapsed on the floor.
I was
On
gonna
the
kiss
spot.
her.
I felt
You made
weak.
You made him kiss her.
I made him
He was like,
straight.
that was so straight.
You're so disgusting, you're gonna puke. This was decidedly different from my usual poor health. Also because of that awful confusing nightmare. Creepy dreams were pretty common whenever I floated in and out of consciousness, but none of them ever made me outright ill. For a while, I closed my eyes and sat there until my raging pulse calmed down. And I slowly rose to my feet, walked to the sink, and gargled some water. While I was at it, I ran the cold water over my head, and I grabbed a towel and dried myself off as I walked back to the sofa. This is his first shower in weeks. I grabbed my cell phone off the table. It was just past 8 p.m. I had received 2 emails, one of which was AG's newsletter, so I decided to check the other one first. It was from Asakura. Inside, he thanked me and explained that his dark desire had been sated. Now that was over, he was fully confident he had no sexual interest in children.
Wow.
Awesome. Personally, I had no interest in revisiting in the past. I closed the email and navigated to the newsletter.
Doctor
News.
scandals.
Uh-oh.
Rumor going
Starts
around
to
about
say
the doctor
he was once
at-
caught touching little kids in the
And
no-no zone.
No, I...
Ah. Pedo.
There's on gossip about doctors, Taco included. Asakura is one thing. But frankly, I was surprised too there was unsavory rumors about Taku, too.
Oh no.
After all, he had a flawless reputation with the patients and locals. Maybe Avi had
More.
concocted a ridiculous rumor of his own to fill the void. Stupid.
Hey, hello?
After that awful dream, I decided to go for a walk and clear my head. I pulled on my coat and stuffed my phone into my pocket. Yay!
Therapy
Oh,
walk.
wandering time.
Where will we go? Let's go to the police.
Police station.
HR
Oh,
something.
that ends exploration.
Oh, okay. The police station.
I'm gonna
Already?
I'm gonna go to the clinic. Be a little
Okay.
snoopy.
You?
Tono?
あ
Tono is here.
What are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by, that's all.
へえ
You walked here?
いいや
Of course not, dude. I see my car waiting for me outside.
Awesome.
Tara, have you been lately? Anything happening?
別に
Not really.
I see how things with Murase going well.
Pretty good, I guess.
Oh, me and myself with it.
Considering the sort of person you used to be, I never once imagined you get a job at this clinic. Life is full of mysteries, wouldn't you say?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Respond sarcastically to
What?
crack a joke.
Oh, can you crack a joke?
Yeah, can you have say one good joke, please?
ま
You never know if tomorrow's the day you keel over. But, okay.
Precisely, and
So
that applies to
funny.
both of us.
That's an awful joke. Fuck you, Toa.
Oh, I'm not a comedian.
Lately, my life has been pretty peaceful, all things considered.
Peaceful indeed.
本当か
Frankly, I don't see it that way.
あよし
Good.
Huh?
God?
I'm out of here. See you.
Finally.
Alright.
どうした
I'm out of here.
What's the matter? Got something you want to discuss? Okay.
No.
Goodbye.
Park.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see you at the park.
Let's go see some birds. And feed a pigeon.
boy.
Alright, quick save.
Dr. Dot?
That was not a haha laugh.
あらドア
Oh, maybe it was. Haha.
Oh, you can do it.
Good, Terry, is that you?
Oh.
Hey, found me.
I take a smoke break. I'm gonna run, but you can probably say that.
I know you said.
Oh my god.
Hey, Rick, did you hear anything?
あ
You mean RGs?
信じらんない
Girl, you said rude. I said lawsuit. What did happen? It pissed me off so much. I was hoping I could take my mind off it with another exercise, but it's not helping at all. Actually, this is probably unrelated, but lately I keep seeing Dr. Murase walking around during lunchtime.
To get lunch, I assume.
それが
No, I don't think so. Sometimes I see him downtown. Other times sometimes I say District B. It's a free country and all, but it's kind of weird, you know? Toa, what do you think?
In America?
We get the translates.
Speak my mind. Answer however I feel like.
Answer how he feels like. Stay true to yourself, Toa.
So true.
ポジティブに
Positive.
どうだかな
Well, maybe he just does it for the change of pace.
そうね
That makes sense. He works so hard every day. I'm sure he needs to clear his head now and again. Ugh! Now I'm pissed off all over again. I'm gonna go run some more.
またね
See you later, Toa.
Okay, bye.
What a great conversation.
Shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, shopping.
I thought I felt someone's gaze on me. Was I just imagining it?
あ
Ah,
Ugh.
that was a pretty big sigh.
Like Side Gangnam Style. Oh, Toa, what? You heard me?
I did. You sounded like Taku.
Yeah. He always looks so tired.
な
Something that
Yeah,
you're getting tired too.
あ
The side effects is daddy's. Well, she's invited me to pick up a shift with him at clean dishes.
The cleaners.
Yeah, that. He said the experience would be educational, but
あも
it was so exhausting. I'm not good at cleaning stuff, and my room was very messy. Do you know what I mean?
Speak my mind however I feel.
Speak your mind.
Yep. And stay true to yourself.
True.
Was it all wet?
Ew. Bingo. Wet and gushy.
Ew.
Ew, what's that mean? Guy who lived here slit his throat with an axe. It looked like red paint all over.
う面白
Oh,
そう
snap. How about it? Are you interested?
そうか
Fuck.
After what I did to you, I'll pass on the heavy labor, thanks.
Right? It's heavy labor.
無理ね
I'm totally bushed. I gotta go home, rest now, Toa. See you later, but in Chinese.
Thank you.
I would have been canceled. I would have gotten canceled.
What, trying to speak a different language?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only allowed to
My
speak English.
butchered up Chinese.
お
Uh-huh.
It's you.
Yeah. Did you know there's a new drug on the streets? No word about its cost or effects is being passed around in back alley deals. I wonder where it's coming from.
あ
There's a lot of rumors about M Clinic in District E, illegal drug outsourcing, organ trafficking, kidnapping, among other things. But could such a small clinic have the capacity for all those crimes? Lately, there are eyewitness reports of a large male ghost in the deathmatch area. Anyone who investigates out of curiosity is sent to the hospital. A truly violent ghost, it seems. But there have been other reports, so it's hard to say whether it's true. If you see a ghost, I advise that you run.
Ghosts are real.
Oh god, he's still talking. The Takasato Gumi has two factions. The Tono faction
What?
and the Sakaki faction. Tono operates primarily in the nightclub, adult entertainment, and resort industries, while Sakaki specializes in debt collection and web tag implants. Sakaki handles much more important work. Maybe it's because he's been with the gang for so long.
続き
The truth is, the Takasato Gumi is threatening to split in two. I hear they're the verge on falling apart. Lately, there have been a lot of executive meetings. They'll probably choose a new leader soon. Hopefully it doesn't lead to a shootout like last time.
Oh god.
Bang, bang,
Epic.
bang! Okay. Bridge.
Bridge.
Jumps.
No.
I feel like the ending is told before.
おう
Toa?
よ
Oh, it's Kotaro. Never mind.
Don't give him that voice. Give him a sexy voice.
That voice. They're like, that's what he
Hey,
sounds
Coach.
like now.
No.
What's up? Looking for a one night stand?
Yes. Oh, I'm not doing that. Nah, not really. But if I find one, then I'm down.
Well, I love to offer my services, but I'm on the clock. Such a hassle.
His services, like,
His
he offer
clock
of
services.
himself.
Come on, man.
We-
We gotta get Coach around. What happened?
Huh? Oh, just the usual shit. Debtors can't make their payments, so they try to give us a slip. Same shit, different day. That being said, when they make me play this game every goddamn day, it starts to wear on my fucking nerves, you feel me?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, why get a loan if you know you can't pay it? Play along, respond realistically.
Play long. Oh my god, it's good side.
ポジティブにまあ
Well, I guess they're just desperate.
Yeah, but adding a loan on top is only gonna make their problems worse. Meh, not like it matters to me. Anyways, I gotta get going. See you later, Toa.
あ
There you go.
Okay, I think.
Kowowo Street?
It's time to face the popo.
No, not yet.
We have
Not
one more
yet.
street to look at. Huh? I felt someone's gaze again, but when I looked around, I couldn't spot anything unusual.
Hmm.
Okay. Drama.
Wait, why is this not green?
We didn't talk to it. Awesome.
Okay. Hello, is
All
this the
silent.
police?
So silent. Hello, police?
Oh, this is so scary. The police stole the music.
No.
As I passed by the police station, I caught sight of a figure in my peripheral vision stopped short. It was AG chatting with a cop. No, AG a cab. I'd heard that they sometimes came to ask him for intel. His info gathering skills were just that good, apparently. But I had something very different on my mind. So I decided to take this opportunity to ask.
Towa-san.
When he noticed me, his jaw dropped in surprise.
Oh.
He quickly composed himself, then bowed to the cop and headed over.
どうしたんですか
What's
何か
up?
気になる
Something on your mind?
メルマガを読んだ
I read the newsletter.
あ、はい村
Oh,
瀬
yeah.
先生の
It's,
噂に
it's
ついて
about the rumor regarding Dr. Murase?
Apparently, he'd foreseen that I was going to ask.
話が早いな
Sounds like I don't need to explain.
もちろん覚悟の上で
Beasley,
記事を
I
作っ
write
て
these
ました
newsletters fully prepared for backlash, but it's
僕の
all
記事
entirely
の
fictional,
噂
of
を面
course.
白か中には当たっている話もあるんです
Except for when it is not.
事実がどうだろうと
Quite frankly, the truth does not matter to me. It's all up to the reader to decide whether to believe it.
クレームが来そうな話だ
And that kind of stance will get you a lot of complaints.
聞きますよでも僕から
Oh, it does.
この
And our
新婚
response
に
is,
何を
did
言
you
ってい
forget
るんだ
we're
って
in
感じですよね
Shinkomi? If you want honest journalism, go back to the mainland. Go back to your country.
Get off my border.
Ew. Unless you're Takasato Debitor, of course. Debitor?
強気だ
Dead.
Better.
Debtor, whatever.
That's a real hardline approach.
ええ僕をどうこうしようったって
Well,
そう
there's
は言って
nothing
ませ
they
ん
can do about it.
相手の
They
個
tried,
人
I dig
情
up
報
their
を
personal
洗いざらい
information
調べ
and
て
try
返り
revenge.
討ちに
He
してます
doxes
から
them.
Bombs them.
Oh!
I know him so well. Either that, or maybe I plan a bomb at their house.
He chuckled to himself so happily that that was almost easy to forget he just threatened to kill someone.
とまあそんな感じなんで村瀬先生
Anyways,
の噂も
that's the long and short of it.
ください
Don't go too much.
ネタとして
Let my article about Dr. Murase bother you too much. Try to think of it as a joke and let it go.
でも
Let it
村瀬
go.
先生は大丈夫だと思いますよ
Honestly, I'm sure he'll be daijoubu.
たとえ悪い噂が流れ
Even if a nasty rumor did start to spread, it wouldn't last long before his integrity and work ethic overturned
そ
it.
れに
Besides, it's just my silly little newsletter. It's not like it's global media coverage.
Despite his words, AJ's newsletter had a fair number of subscribers.
Oh my god, he's famous.
As you'd expect from someone who boasted that information gathering was his hobby, his network was best, and his informants were myriad. But while it was hard to believe his hit piece would have no impact, at the same time, he was right. Baseless rumors really dried out.
Oh, and about Dr. Asakura. Did you know he ended up in the hospital after some sort of incident?
Yeah. Of course I knew.
Apparently he's been discharged, and now he's planning to move away.
Back to the mainland.
Yes, I bumped into him just recently, and it was like he was a new man, and he was freed from whatever curse was plaguing him. Do you think he found help somewhere?
Maybe so.
There are all sorts of rumors floating around him too. You know, I heard they found him in his office late at night, trembling and covered in blood. In which case, perhaps, it'll be good for him to leave Shinkomi. Oh right, I had plans after this. I better be going, Toba-san.
Gotcha.
See you again.
Running from ear to ear, as he walked off, playing with his cell phone. As I watched him go, I sensed a gaze from someone behind me. The cop outside the station was staring me down.
Have a cab.
A cab. So I decided to make myself scarce before I got yelled at.
No a cab. Run away.
He goes, ah! I walked into Roost, headed to the counter, and sat down in an empty seat. Customers were scarce, but before I could ask for a drink, Ray came strolling over.
Toa, nani nomu?
What will be Toa?
With one hand on his hip, he looked to be in an unusually grumpy mood. Did something bad happen?
Why do you ask?
Look in a mirror.
Oh, sassy. Huh? Oh god, do I have wrinkles?
Flustered, he pressed both hands to his cheeks. I just mean you're scowling. That's all.
Oh right, that. Well, yeah, something bad happened. Oh, are you cool with the usual?
Sure. He passed on my order to the manager behind the counter. After a moment, I received a glass full of ice and amber liquid. But I didn't grab it. First, I pulled out my smokers. Smokes. So, what happened? I put a cigarette between my lips and lit it.
Alright. Ishi's newsletter?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
Skimmed it, sure.
Look, I know it's total BS. Really, I just glorified locker room talk. But even with that knowledge, it just pisses me off.
The biggest thumbnail. I turned my face away to exhale the cigarette smoke, then looked back at him. I asked AG about it directly.
Seriously? What'd he say?
Pretty much the same thing you said. It's just a joke, so don't let it bother you.
For God's sake, that's no excuse.
He raised his voice, and everyone turned to look at us.
How embarrassing.
At this, his eyes widened. Awkwardly, he fell silent.
God, listen to me flipping out. Cringe. Whatever, I still don't like it. Why should he get a bad mouth Taku for fun?
I mean, if there's no truth to the rumor, then it won't get very far.
I get that, but still.
Is he into Taku?
Maybe he's in love with Taku.
Love triangle.
Oh my god.
Unwilling to accept it, he bit his lip in frustration. Right as I took my first sip of whiskey, the door opened.
Taku? Whoa.
I looked over and let out a yelp of surprise.
Oh my god, it is Taku!
Oh my god. I'm psycho. Not psycho, so I'm psychic.
No, it's both.
No. Taku, come on in.
At this, I looked up. Taku was walking toward the counter, still wearing his white lab coat.
Not often you come by this hour. What about your patients?
患者さんが途切れたんで 休憩を兼ねて少し
Waiting room was empty, so I figured I'd take a quick break. Wanted to talk to Toa and had a feeling I'd find him here.
さすが過保護なだ
That's
け
our
あ
pop.
る
Ew. That's our Papa Bear.
茶化すなよ
Give me a break.
Taco pretended to glare away as he teased him.
だってタク最近忙しそうなのにわざわざトアのた
Can
め
you
に抜けてき
blame
たんで
me?
しょ
The one time you finally give
Yuka,
yourself a chance to
勉強
rest
って
is to
何
come
して
see
るの？
Toa. I mean, what are you even studying anyway? Ooh, studying Toa.
Where did that come from?
He might be.
Oh my gosh, what if like he documents every single time Toa has like an
Oh my
injury?
god. Oh my god. It's just like a little social experiment.
ずっと気になってたのよ
Well, I
何の
keep
勉強して
wondering
るの
what
かな
got
っ
you so
て
freaking busy. Dude, I don't need to censor myself. He censors himself for me.
For the briefest of moments, Taki's gaze wavered in hesitation. Then he smirked.
言ったってどうせわかるん
Even
だ
if I told you, you would understand.
ひどくない
Come on, do not be such a jerk.
Ray made a show of pouting.
こんばんは先生
Waiting.
Good evening, doctor.
The manager greeted Taki from behind the counter.
こんばんは
何か
Oh, hey there.
You can do that. Can I get you a drink?
ああぜひとも一杯やりたいところなん
Oh,
ですが
or I'd love to stay
すぐに
here
出
and
る
have
ので
a
すいません
beer, but I gotta get
Well,
back.
come
Sorry,
on.
maybe next time.
Oh, it's
Taki inclined his head in apology.
あーお客さんが呼んでるはい今行き
Oh,
ます
someone's calling me. I'll be right there.
Ray noticed a customer flagging him down from the table in the back and hurried over. Taki watched him go, then looked back at me.
体調はどうだ
How are you feeling?
まあま
Decent.
背中の傷は
How's your back?
特に何も
Pretty normal.
悪夢を見るって
You said you were having bad dreams, right?
That's no-
That's still happening?
I nodded. He pulled a white paper bag from his coat pocket and set it on the counter. Cocaine.
新しく使用した新薬だ効き目を強くし
Here's
て
your new batch of Coke.
合わないと
Yahoo!
Here's your new prescription of sleeping pills. They're stronger than the old stuff, so if you don't like how they affect you, stop taking them right away.
わかった
Got it.
それじゃそろそろ戻る
Alright,
飲
I
みすぎ
gotta
ない
head
ようにな
back. Don't get too drunk, hear me?
With that warning, Taki inclined his head to the manager, then headed for the door. Then he waved goodbye to Ray and walked out. I turned back to the counter and looked at the paper bag. Did he come all this way just to give me these? He said he'd come here on break. Couldn't he have left them in my room instead? This is going a little too far, even for a notorious worrywart like him.
It's like you know how those doctors they give you like pills and then you're the patient you just say, oh okay, it's just pills to help me, but then those pills actually don't help you.
Oh my god,
Oh my
They're
god.
crazy.
he's giving him fucking methamphetamine.
He's drugging him up. Said
I
Toa
know.
stays ill.
Oh my god, so he'll live with him forever.
Oh my god.
True.
I was never a big fan of the controlling type. Annoyed, I raised my glass to my lips.
Annoying.
Annoying.
Overprotective.
Overprotective.
Cringe.
After roost close to the night, I returned to my apartment on the third floor of the clinic, popped one of the new pills, and flopped down on the sofa. That night, I slept without dreaming, then woke the next day, a little past 8 a.m. But I still felt like crap, just in a different way. The heavy sleep made me waking up pure torture with nausea and a headache to boot.
What?
It was... Don't make fun of me!
The tables have turned.
Oh no! The new meds were a bad fit for me, but I'd only just started taking them, so it was hard to say. I pushed myself up off the sofa, staggered out of my room, and took the elevator to the first floor. This clinic hadn't opened yet, so the waiting room was empty, but Taco was probably already here. I walked down the hallway to the exam room. As I arrived at the door, I heard his voice. Apparently, he was on the phone again. And since no one else was in the building, I could hear him clearly.
これからだ
Oh, we're on next. Look, I get it. It's not gonna
で
happen.
もそれは
You're being
あまりに
completely
オーバー
unreasonable. Well,
わかった
fine, but seriously, yeah.
だが
Please
本当に
do.
That was where the call ended. The next moment, the door suddenly flew open.
What, Toa?
どうか
Good man.
Taku came dashing out and nearly crashed into me.
顔色が悪い。
You don't look too good. You okay?
Likewise, he looked completely exhausted himself.
そっちこそ
I could ask you the same.
Oh, shit.
Hmm? Me?
顔色が悪い
You look like hell.
Whoa.
No.
Taku grinned bitterly, then his expression hardened.
急な話
I
で
know
悪い
this
ん
is
だが
sudden, but I gotta close the
休診だ。
clinic today. Got an errand to run.
休診の札はかけておく
I'll
が
hang the sign, so can you write a quick message to explain there's been an emergency? He dodged.
He dodged it.
Oh.
To read it. Go
Oh.
read it.
How romantic, guys.
The
It's
inner
like when Nancy
narrator.
took hands.
He dodged around me down the hall. Stop short.
本当に
Really sorry to drop this on you. Bye.
Bye.
He muttered over his shoulder, then grabbed the sign off the shelf near the entrance and walked out. The sign read, "Office hours are now closed." He hung it from the doorknob, then headed to his car. I'd hoped to ask him about my new prescription, but it would have to wait. Cass was writing the explanation. I stepped into the exam room.
Oh my god, snooping time.
Yahoo! I looked at Taki's desk in hopes of finding a pen and paper, but it was completely cluttered. He hadn't left any important paperwork lying around, of course, but there were stacks of notepads and books all over. Funny, he was such a control freak when it came to my life, and yet here, yet he could never seem to get his own shit together. I couldn't find any blank paper, so I grabbed a random notepad, ripped a sheet out from the back, and wrote, "Temporarily closed. Due to emergency," in large letters. When I left the exam room, I found Ray walking out from the staff room.
今日臨時休業にするんでしょ
It's close today,
タクから
right?
連絡があっ
I
た
heard
わ
about it from Taku. Whoa.
He took one look at me and frowned in horror.
やだどうしたの
Oh my god. Are you sick?
あ
Not sure. Apparently, both Taku and Ray thought I looked pale.
薬のせいかもな
Might be my new meds.
薬
New meds?
睡眠薬の処方が変わったか
I got a new prescription for sleeping pills.
それじゃあ副作用かもしれないわね
Maybe it's a side effect.
Takuに
We
言わな
should
きゃ
talk to Taku.
その話をしに行ったら
I was
電話
gonna,
してたんだ
but he was on the phone. Then suddenly, he closed the office, the clinic.
言う暇もなかったわけね電話の
You
相手
didn't
は
have time to mention it,
クレ
huh?
ームかし
Who
ら
was he talking to? An unhappy patient?
さあ
No
あまり
clue,
楽しそうに
but it
は見え
didn't
ない
sound fun.
うーん
Ray put a hand to his chin in contemplation.
ね
Say, you know how Taku's always been your primary physician or whatever?
まあガキの頃
I
から
guess.
付き合いだ
I've
Your
known him
childhood
since
friends?
a kid. Oh, ew!
No, it's
What?
little Toa, and then Taku's like still old.
Oh my god.
He's his father figure.
Or groomer.
Oh, no.
Now he's our love interest.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god, groomer for real.
ってことはタクは
Doesn't that mean Takusatsu Gumi basically hired him as their private duty doctor? I mean, is it your dad like
Oh, God. Honestly, I couldn't really remember how I met Taku. That was sometime before my mother died.
no?
He just
Taku's
showed
the
up.
reason why his dad died and mom died.
Oh, because Taku killed his mom, so he could become his mom.
So he can become the mom.
My game theory. He just sort of started taking care of me at some point whenever I was sick or injured.
うんつまりね何が言いたいかっていうと
So basically, what I'm getting at is maybe it's a gang thing.
何が
What's a gang thing?
電話よ電話
The phone call's
私たちの言
silly.
えないような
Maybe he
大
has
事
to
なこと
choose
で
the
呼び
clinic
出さ
because
れ
he's
て
been called out, called away on some important business he can't tell us about.
どうだか
Who knows? I shrugged it off, but I couldn't deny the possibility was there. After a moment of contemplative silence, Ray clapped his hands together.
ね
Say, are you hungry? Since the clinic's closed and all, I say we get something to eat.
何か食べに行きましょうよ
Oh god, is this Ray route? We're having too many lunch dates with him.
I think Ray just likes to eat.
They call him fat.
Good comment. He was the one who said he gained weight, not me.
Hey.
With a smile and subject change, he snatched the paper out of my hands.
これ貼ってくるから
I'll tape this up so you get ready. Oh, he's winking. Ew.
You're really sexy, this little wink.
That's homophobic,
No.
Evelyn.
Oh, sorry.
that, he set out down the hall. Then he stopped short and looked down at the paper.
あんたって見かけに
You know, I didn't peg you. That's a nice writing type. Nice handwriting type.
どうも。
Thanks. He chuckled and continued on his way to the front door. As for me, I returned to my apartment to get ready to go out.
Oh, he's getting ready.
After lunch, Ray told me he was going to visit a friend at work, so I decided to take the long way back to the clinic. As I passed by the sex shop, I noticed Igarashi standing there, glancing around restlessly.
父さんチェス
Oh, hey, Toa-san.
今ちょっと時間あります
Got a minute?
あ
Sure.
じゃあちょっとついてきてもらえますか
Alright, cool. Could you come with me real quick?
With that, he started walking into a nearby alley and I followed.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Toa.
すみませんわざわざ移動して
Sorry, I gotta drag you off.
前にも話しましたけど
Like I said a while ago, the gang's been all out of sorts. I can't be standing around chatting or I'll get my
場所を移させてもらいました
butt handed to me.
榊のことか。
By Sakaki.
まあぶっちゃけ
Real talk? Yeah, probably. The guys who oppose us, Sakaki-san's takeover, have turned into their own little faction. And it's getting a little bigger.
遠野。
Is Tono behind it?
中心はそうっすね
He's at the center of it at least. He hasn't made any clear moves, but I feel like we're on the verge of something serious.
イライラした空気って感染
Super
するっていう
serious.
か
And it's like tension spreads, you know, it's infectious.
だから榊さん派と遠野さん派は今
So now it's like Team Sasaki, Sakan, and Team Tono-san are playing a game of chicken.
無関係なところにも簡単に
I wouldn't be surprised if it caused some collateral damage on the side, so be careful, Toa-san.
父さんはほら榊さんと仲いいじゃないですか
I mean, you're in good terms with Sasaki-san, right? So it's highly likely that you can get dragged into it.
そうだな。
I guess so.
だからちゃんと伝えと
So
かなきゃ
that's
と
all I want to say. And I'm glad I had the chance. So now then, I gotta get back.
He whipped his head down in a quick bow, then ran off. Quietly, I watched him go. Afterwards, I leaned against the alley wall, pulled my pack of cigarettes from my coat pocket, and lit one up. After a long drag, I contemplated what to do next.
Oh.
Go back to my apartment or wander around for a while. Yay!
Oh,
Hey.
wait.
Wandering.
Wait, are they gonna give me two options?
Nothing to just wander around.
Oh,
We can
no.
wander around and litter. You just go to the apartment if you're tired.
No, this is directed exploration. This is something that has to do with the story. Oh,
Oh,
I don't know if I only get one choice.
Well, I can save.
I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen either way. So
Good. So
Okay.
we only get to pick one.
Atelier or Co Street. I don't know if they're gonna let me pick either. So let's just do one that speaks to our heart.
I want to go home.
And go home.
I guess, yeah, just go home.
Wait, I'm gonna see if this ends exploration too. Oh, just kidding.
No.
Pranked.
What the?
Man, I there was actually a story chase we made.
Oh, wow.
あ
Hey, Mayu, flying solo.
Yes, flying solo.
Something happened. You're oddly quiet today.
You can tell, I'm a bit depressed right now.
聞いてよ
You see, I missed the release date now, and they're all sold out.
What is?
Latest Yukimi-chan merch.
そうか。
Oh.
They're limited edition, so I really wanted them.
Well, you missed the release day, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you didn't want them as much as you thought you did.
Wow. Toa, you bring up a good point. I was wondering that too.
He never put much effort into these things.
Wow, you know me. You know so much about me. Say, Toa, I'm going home now. Want to come with me?
Yes! To your house.
Oh, God. Of course.
Play along, refuse.
Yes, play along.
Sure, let's
I want to go to his
visit
house.
him.
ポジティブに。
I'm scared.
What are you plotting?
Oh, Oh, you can tell? You're so smart, Toa. Bro, that means you're coming?
I never said that.
Oh. Well, what is it? Just come over.
Fine.
やった
Whoa.
Wait, we get out of his house!
Yatta! Let's go.
Oh my god, wait, you're actually going?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Let's
It's
fucking
anime
go.
house.
And so it was forcibly decided that Mayu and I were going back to his place. Let's fucking go! We've known each other for a long time, but this was actually my first time visiting. I'd never been to Kotaro's house, or IG's either. Together, we entered the outdated high-rise building, then headed up to the 21st floor.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Little Monjus.
Dot, dot, dot.
What makes it kind of real?
Mayu opened the front door and walked in. I took one step inside and froze.
I would too.
The room was approximately 100 square feet in size and crammed full of anime merch.
I like the box is like a Nintendo box.
I know. Wait, these look so real.
I think they're just JPEGs they shoved into this. Plushies, cushions, and miscellaneous other shit littered the floor, making it hard to walk.
You think any of them are dramatical murder androids?
Alba?
Alba could?
In the center of the room was a wafer-thin futon and a balled-up blanket. I always knew Mayu was anime otaku, but I never imagined he was this terminal.
Oh god. Come in, make yourself at home.
Damn, you look like this.
Oh.
Making sure not to step on any of his precious merch, Mayu kicked away the trash at his feet as he walked. I stood there and looked around. Upon further inspection, most of his merch involved some blue-haired chick. Judging from her getup, she was a character in some kind of fantasy show.
このキャラが好きなのか
So, this is your favorite character? I pointed down at the cushions, beaming he nodded eagerly.
そう魔女魔女マジョリンのユキミちゃん
Yes!
可愛いでしょ
That is Yukimi-chan from Magical Mage Margarine. Isn't she kawaii desu?
そうだな
Yeah.
He sounds sarcastic. That's my waifu.
I nodded, but to tell the truth, she didn't seem that special to me.
ねえ
Say no, I've been thinking
前
for
か
a
ら
while
思ってた
now.
んだけど
There was a pregnant pause.
What? A pregnant pause?
As I waited for him to continue, he suddenly tugged on my arm. Ugh.
Oh.
Then he pushed me down on the futon.
Oh.
I tried to sit up, but he climbed on top of me, grinning.
とわってユキミちゃんにそっくり
Ew! You
Huh?
are a lot like Yukimi-chan. Identical.
What? I blinked at him, dumbfounded. He just said Yukimi was the name of that blue-haired anime chick. And now he's trying to say we were similar? As if.
全然似てないだろ
I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
いや似てる絶対似てるって
No, really, you are. Promise, you are identical.
Normally, he was pretty chill, but when it came to anime, he could get really stubborn.
だからさちょっとそういう気にしてもいい
So I was wondering, could we do a little role play?
プレイ
Like what?
とわのことユキミちゃんだと思ってもいい
Can I pretend that you're Yukimi-chan?
Dot dot dot. Thus far, I'd had my share of piggy partners. But as you might expect, none of them had ever compared me with a female anime character.
ねえいい
Hanoi?
好きにしろ
Knock yourself out.
Ew.
I didn't see any reason to say no, so I shrugged in defeat.
やったー嬉しい
I'm so happy! Oh no!
He rubbed his hands in jubilation and started digging through one corner of his otaku file. At last, he pulled something out.
The Tomisa wig.
じゃあ
Oh god.
これ着て
The outfit.
コス
ユキミ
play!
ちゃんの衣装を
Here, wear this.
He spread it out for me to see. Apparently, this was the outfit Yukimi wore in the show. Not only was it a dress, but it was clearly too small.
入るわけないだろ
Dude.
破れるぞ
I'm not gonna fit in that. It's gonna tear.
顔まあいいよ
Cow. Well, never mind then.
For a moment, he looked sincerely disappointed. Then he leaned in close.
ゆきみちゃんゆきみちゃんかわいいね
I'm scared, guys.
This rules. Best art.
Yukimi-chan, you are so cute.
チューしようチュー
Ooh. Kiss, give me kissy.
Dot. It was quite possibly the most unsexy way you could phrase that question. He kissed me and pushed his wet tongue in my mouth. Tasted faintly sweet. He was probably eating candy earlier. I stuck my tongue out and toyed with his.
Oh, what a little slut.
As we slurped loudly, our breaths filled the gaps in between.
気持ちい
Does it
い
feel good? Yukimi-chan.
まだわかんねえよ
That was barely anything. I wasn't going to get turned on from one kiss, and especially not with him calling me some anime chick's name.
やっぱり似てるよ本当のゆきみちゃん
You
も
really are alike. Yukimi-chan is bratty like you. Mmm.
He whispered gleefully and devoured my lips again. Meanwhile, he started to strip me.
Oh god.
But he was so bad at it. Get out of angles.
He's like making a B word.
Loser version.
It's almost just like, oh.
母さん
Let me do it.
Chad.
I pulled away and started taking my clothes off myself.
さすがゆきみちゃん自
That's
分の
my
ことは自
Yukimi-chan.
分でやる
You
子だ
do
も
not
ん
let
ね
anyone else coddle you.
As he spoke, he whipped off his own clothes at an alarming rate. Then I saw the Yukimi tattoo on his bare body and rolled my eye.
本当に好きなんだな
You really like this chick, huh?
うん
Yeah.
He nodded and tapped his tattoo with his finger. Meanwhile, he gazed at me with eyes full of hope and longing.
Oh god. ...
I had a good idea of what he wanted, so I leaned close to that tattoo.
Yeah.
I licked it and he shrieked.
ゆきみちゃん自分で自分を舐めてるの
Kimi-chan, you are licking yourself. That is kinky.
いいから早く
Just
しろ
hurry it up already. I was getting fairly annoyed by this point, so I wrapped my arms around his neck and pulled him down to the futon.
そんなに欲しくてたまらないの
You really want it
しょ
that
うがな
bad?
いね
You are so demanding, Kimi-chan.
He whispered playfully, gripping my chest as we kissed.
貧乳なところもそう
You are both completely flat-chested too.
アホか
God!
Damn.
No shit, idiot. Giggling, he leaned down to my scarred chest and started licking. Mmm.
ガブ
Ew.
Nom.
I can no longer voice this, guys. What's a berry? You have to take over.
You
I do not have a
suddenly see
pantry.
this secret. Coward. And the unexpected pleasure made me shiver.
痛いの好き
Like rough, huh?
もっと
More teeth.
ガブガブ
Gabu gabu.
Ew.
Nibbled each of my nipples, then descended south, playfully grazing his teeth against my skin. Ah. Ha. Horny and impatient, I reached out to grab his cock.
Oh god.
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
ゴムがない
Oh, condoms.
そのまんま入れちまえ
Just fuck me raw.
Wow.
Sean, you're so badass.
He's never gotten laid in his life.
No.
Oh, he swooned and kissed my cheek.
そうだ
Oh, I know. If you can't wear the cosplay,
The wig.
oh, you,
He went back to the corner and dug through the pile once more.
せめてこれね
at least you can wear this.
He's Alba. Dude. This is so
Slay.
good.
Slay. He said something under my head. It smelled of plastic. I snatched it off my head and looked down at it.
Plastic.
It was a wig. A long blue wig.
ゆきみちゃんのウィ
It's a
ッグ
Yubi-chan wig. I always knew it'd look good on you.
冗
Oh
談
god.
だろ
You gotta be joking.
全然ちゃんと直して
No, let's put it back on.
わっとかわいい
Holy shit, so cute. Be careful.
He carefully.
Oh.
No. You don't even have to be narrator.
No.
He carefully positioned the wig back on my head and beamed brightly.
いいでしょ
Isn't it nice?
お望みならな
Whatever you want, I guess. I could only imagine what I looked like in this wig, and it wasn't pretty.
What?
I didn't care enough to take it back off. I think he slays.
Bro.
Gleefully, he flipped me out of my stomach.
ね
Oh,
Oh boy. Oh my god, you see the tattoo?
oh god.
Hey, I'm ready to go. Can I put it in? He
Whispered in
whispered.
a brushy
Oh.
voice as he rubbed his tip against my ass.
Oh
えほぐ
goodness.
してないけど
I haven't loosened you up though.
入れていい
It's fine.
もうガチ
You're
ガチ
really
だ
hard, huh?
相手がユキ
Of course I am. I'm gonna fuck Yukimi-chan.
できないよ
Oh god, his hair.
Oh,
Why is it
shit.
not Chan? Dude,
Ah, everywhere.
his navel, his belly button, it's so open.
Just gasping for air.
It does come out.
Here, you guys need to hurry up. I don't want my mom walking in.
Right, my ass cheeks. Then slowly, his hot shaft penetrated me. Ugh.
Whoa.
My walls were bone dry, tight as a single finger. The pressure made me grunt.
It's not going in.
Ah, yeah. Without any lubrication, his dick kept getting stuck. Nevertheless, he kept pushing. It hurt so bad, I felt like he was stabbing to my rectum wall. But the pain was quickly converted to pleasure. The stabbing ache put a smile on my face. Aw, I'm so happy. Ah.
ユキミちゃん
Yukimi-chan, does it feel good?
Yeah.
Giggling, he bucked his hips against me as I clutched the damp sheets with trembling hands. It hurt so bad. But it felt so
Tayo.
全部
There. It is all the way in.
よ
Oh god.
Ah. His dick was so long, it felt like it was up in my stomach. Slowly, I exhaled.
Heh, Yukimi-chan, you're so warm inside.
あ動くね
Now I move.
Whispering, he grabbed me by the shoulders and started humping. Ah.
I can see little Yukimi-chan there too.
Oh
Oh my
god.
god! I
No
grimaced.
more Yukimi-chans.
The sudden forceful movement sent searing pain through my body. But Mayu ignored me and kept on thrusting.
It feels good to Yukimi-chan.
気持ちいい
Yeah.
Guh.
Ugh.
Guh.
Hey, Yukimi-chan.
He bent forward and something ticklish brushed my shoulder. It was his hair. Seeing as I was forced into his geeky cosplay sex, I figured I'd get my revenge, so I pulled the blonde strand out of my mouth. Ew.
Hey, look at me.
He grabbed me by the chin and turned my face toward him. As he pounded my ass, he gazed in my eyes at point blank range. His smile was feverish.
その感じ
Just like that, when you look away, your eyelashes just look just like Yukimi-chan's.
うるせえよ
Shut the fuck up. I hissed and bit his nose.
Yeah!
He
Oh.
shrieked in delight and straightened up and slammed himself into me.
ユキミちゃん
Yukimi-chan, you feel so good, Yukimi-chan.
ユキミちゃん
No.
Yukimi-chan, can you say my integrity won't allow it?
言うかバカ
Not on your life, dipshit.
決めそう
Oh, but it's her catchphrase. Ew, fuck, I'm gonna come.
Uh-oh.
Spellbound and panting heavily, he began to thrust faster.
いったいってて
Ow,
What the heck?
ow.
Confused, I glanced over at him and saw that his hair was getting caught with every thrust.
What do you mean?
He pinched the strand between my fingers and tugged. You should get it cut.
やだ
No way, it's pretty.
Annoyed, he flipped his hair over his shoulder and went back to fucking.
ユキミちゃん
Yukimi-chan, can I come?
I could feel my own imminent orgasm and closed my eyes to focus on it.
行く
Ugh, Yukimi-chan, I'm filling her up.
And pregnant.
中にぶちまける
The
ね
impreg.
Oh.
The Aries slapping a flesh filled the room as he pounded me even faster. It was so intense and painful it made me come too. Ah.
Oh.
We had
Dot
the
the dot.
cum meter.
Oops.
Eater?
I felt his semen splash onto my walls, which was now red and sensitive from the painful rubbing.
Oh god.
There it is!
Oh, I saw it.
His euphoria hourglass filled.
Ooh.
Aww.
As I trembled in the wake of my orgasm, I felt a pull out.
Oh, that was great. You're the best,
気
Yukimi
持ちよ
Chan.
かった
Breathing heavily, he gave me a happy hug.
君ちゃん
His blonde hair fell on my face again, and I brushed it away.
雪見じゃない
I'm not your Yukimi.
ごっこプレイとは
Castaway says it's pretty hot though, right? Let's do it again sometime, Toa.
気が向いたらな
If I feel like it.
Her shrine.
I shrugged and slowly sat up.
It's so gross. I can't
Like,
believe
hold
it. He did that in his like anime
His
room.
virginity corner.
Yeah, it's not in a corner. It's the whole room.
And then I pulled the wig off and tossed it on the floor.
Oh,
Ah!
What happened?
going home?
Yeah.
I thought your mom was. Oh god. Oh god.
俺は
Cool, I'm gonna get some
眠くなったから
sleep.
寝るね
See you later. Have some good night, Toa.
With that, he curled up in his blanket. His jizz
Ew.
blanket.
Yeah.
This is where he got the name Mayu, because he always rolled himself up in a cocoon. Quickly, Quietly, I got dressed. I wasn't much interested in roleplay, but Mayu was a decent lay.
Decent slay.
I preferred one-sided fucking to making love. So in that sense, I was willing to fall in love with him again. Yay!
Wow.
He doesn't have any standards.
Nope. He was okay with that. Toa, learn some self-respect.
That's
Wait.
Oh my god! Wait.
Huh? That was an ending?
Oh my god, it was Mayu ending. I didn't even know they had it.
Oh thank
Wait,
god,
does that mean we have Kotaro ending?
I think we had to. Okay, did you save the part when it said "Do not go home with him"?
Yeah, I saved before then.
Okay. Ew, we got the anime ending. I don't like that.
This is my favorite.
I don't like it.
I think it's so funny that like
I don't like it.
you look like Yukimi Chan.